You already know I am very interested in Cardano metaverse projects. And it's not the fungible tokens I'm interested in, not the currency type tokens. And it's not the other NFTs that I'm interested in. It's the land NFTs, the metaverse land parcels that I'm interested in. Ready? Let's go.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to COPICafe. You've got Rob, Greg, and Josh Jones here, and we're excited to have episode 16 in the works right now. And you're here watching us, and this is a lot of fun. So, Rob, tell me, what are you drinking at this very moment?
Well, on our least prepared show to date, I have a nice little Toy Story cup, but that means nothing.
Yep.
So I am drinking a Coral Blast Lemonade Calypso.
A Calypso. Coral Blast Lemonade Calypso.
Natural flavors. Island.
240 calories. That's a lot of sugar, buddy.
I'd have to drink it all.
We have a conversation about
Island this. Inspired.
All right. Okay. Cheers. I have unfortunately not included a spoon with my drink. Do you know why I might need a spoon with my drink? I have it's green. It's a green muck drink. This is water with amazing greens mixed in. It's powdered greens. If you don't get enough lettuce in your daily diet, you have to supplement with powdered greens. Wow. I guess. I don't know. Cheers. A lot of fun.
Nice.
A lot of fun. I know it's a riot.
Oh, wow. This is refreshing and tangy.
This is not so tasty, but somewhat healthy. All right. So let's get right into it. Let's get right at it. I have, I've suited up. I'm ready. I've got my Nike Airs on. I've got my new hat. I've got.
Well, when I got up this morning, I asked Discord if they had any questions for you. And one of the questions, you're going to steal their thunder now.
Shoot.
What's with the same cap?
What's with the same?
Your Park City cap.
You know what? This is actually not in response to that, but I was in Breckenridge, right, for the last COPICafe, and I saw this hat, and I typically get hats when I'm on vacation, just going and looking for something local, something to represent the local place that I went. And so Park City was last year's vacation, and
what
Jones
drew you to the cap.
The mountains, the design,
mountains,
I like the look at this. It honestly, it wasn't Jones as much as you would think it was, but it's cool. I like it. It works. This actually represents a snowboard company that is pretty eco-minded and very environmentally conscious in how they produce their snowboards. And I'm a snowboarder, and these are the mountains, and I love the mountains, and I love snowboarding, and hopefully, you know what? This might be a leak for something that happens like 3 years from now.
Oh,
nice. I hope that we have snowboarding on the mountains in the winter season of Cornucopias.
I've never been snowboarding.
Oh man! All right, Rob. So here's the deal. We've got to get you fly fishing, and we've got to get you snowboarding, because both of those elements need to be in this game eventually.
Callum once went snowboarding and he broke his wrist.
Oh, really?
What do you think I would do? I mean, I fell over on a school run and then.
Well, you definitely want to. You would want to start when there's some really good snow, because the falls are pretty brutal. If you got some hard ice type scenarios, you don't want to be learning it at your age, because you catch an edge and it whippersnaps you to the ground.
My age, I ain't getting any younger.
Speaking of your age, Rob, it is your birthday today. So I want to say, in honor of your birthday, I'm very grateful to have met you. Happy birthday. This has been an amazing journey. I'm glad you were born. We're doing some really cool stuff. Yeah, happy birthday, man. We're going to talk about your age. Is it like what, 80, 50, 70?
I'm having a huge 50th birthday party next year.
All right, so we can do the math.
Everyone's invited, but I don't know if everyone will be there.
Hopefully it'll be in like a cool custom dome inside Cornucopias.
That'll be good.
With balloons and maybe some hot air balloons. Everybody can float around. Who knows? It'll be fun. All right, down to business.
I do have
everyone
another
now
question.
is celebrating your birthday. Everyone in the community, and I hope they don't know when we filmed this exactly, so we're semi.
I mean, you might know I've already got 2 dogs at the moment. I don't know. Maybe I'll get one of those little Doge dogs.
Well done. Yeah, 2 Doge dogs. Is that a hint? Are we going to go interoperable with Doge? Is that what's going on there?
No. Definitely not.
That's not in the plans, folks. That's not in the plans.
Do we need to tell the people the secrets behind our little words? I don't think we do we?
Not yet. One day we'll reveal that.
But I've had a really interesting question from Discord. This is top of my list.
Great. What you got?
The question is, ask Josh, what do you call somebody with no body and no nose?
No body and no nose. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows, yeah.
That's good stuff, man. Yeah. Good stuff. What else? Do you have any more questions?
Yeah, I do. I have some serious questions as well. So, Wen NFT staking.
Wen NFT staking. Wen NFT staking. So Matt and I had a lot of focus on that last week, and Ben as well. We have improved the modeling significantly. We've been reliant upon partially just getting through a 30-page white paper and making sure we're applying some of the principles in that policy directive. And we've mentioned that before, but we're getting there, and it's a lot closer. So I would say within, I want to say within 30 days, there will be some staking. I hope. I think it's possible.
Some announcement in the next 30 days.
Yeah, something like that. We're really trying to make it happen as quickly as we can. So,
and another question: will the staking involve COPI rewards or just in-game assets?
First off, COPI rewards.
Nice.
In-game assets. That will be phase 2.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good leak.
Yeah.
Those both, I think. I mean, yeah.
Yep.
Tougher questions then.
Okay.
Want some more? Wen Tokenomics.
When the
document? When will the document be released?
Oh, the document. I'd say that's it's around the same time frame. Honestly, yeah, I think that is potential. We could just add it into the wiki potentially. Man, there are so many things, so many plates we're juggling right now that you want to be effective at making them all come through and doing it with the quality that represents our brand and really executing well. So it is challenging, and we do appreciate the patience. We also appreciate the understanding of the magnitude of what it is that we're trying to accomplish here at Cornucopias. And if you just to kind of derail us for a second, you look at our vision, it's large. It really, the vision that we have is a 20-year project, and we are all committed to staying and making this work. And I'm trying to figure out ways to compress that, and how do we get more efficient about going about that. And some of the conversations that you and I have are about how do we deliver on all of these existing projects that we've got going, while also maintaining our vision over time and sticking to the roadmap as best we can, and all of these different things. And so some of it, to achieve the vision, involves us strategically picking the right groups of people to work with, partner with, acquire, whatever it may be, so that we can execute efficiently. And we aren't responsible for doing all of the XYZ and the things that we want to accomplish. And but we remain laser focused on doing what we do incredibly well, building out this game and all the things that come with that. So, just keeping in mind the complexity of delivering on a vision to this magnitude and maintaining trust with the community. That's a big challenge. So we have to be smart. We have to execute. We have to be smart. We have to work hard, and we have to be efficient. That's.
I think it's a good answer. There. I mean, I want to go through these questions pretty quickly because we do have a
special guest. Yeah.
Special guest. And I don't really like to keep him waiting, but the public have asked when custom dome sales.
Tomorrow.
Nice. That's a great leap.
Tomorrow is when I wish I could say that that's going to occur. The reality is that's a great question. And here's the deal. Cardano has a very important pending event coming, the Basel hard fork. We cannot do the custom dome sale without having tested on the hard fork, at least, to ensure that all the wallets working with it and all the things that we have involved in our NFT marketplace are working effectively. And being that hard fork was originally announced, well, not originally announced, was recently modified the date to be end of July. And we don't know for certain that that's the case, but we can't beat that date. So now what I can say is that we're going to go as quick. We're prepped. We're prepping and getting as ready as we can be for when that first test will occur. And we're going to try to make it happen as quickly as possible after the Basel hard fork, which will be enormous for Cardano. So it's a big celebration for all of us.
Sneak a question in here. So
sure.
Are we using the same marketplace?
The same marketplace.
Well, I know we are. That's the question. Is it going to be exactly the same experience as last time, or are we improving it? Is what?
No, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, there's significant improvements. Significant. We heard a lot of the feedback from our last round, and it's been addressed. There's not going to be any. I don't think there's going to be any bot concerns or anything to that. I think we've got something really powerful here. Like our brand and what we want to achieve in terms of our values and who we are as a project is to always look at our weaknesses, look at our strengths, and figure out humbly, like that's just taking a true picture of where we're at and grow. How do we make it better? And so we've looked at that after the experience, which many said was the best experience they've had on Cardano in terms of an NFT minting. So very proud of that, very thankful for that. But we also looked at our weaknesses and we said, all right, we need to make this better. So I believe we've done that.
Excellent. I mean, I have
great question.
The final question I have is about the bridge. But I mean, we've addressed the bridge last week. I mean, if you could maybe answer in 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Yes. Okay. The bridge is a high priority. Chainport is doing well. They're doing auditing. It's coming soon.
Oh, that was very good. Did that in 5 seconds. Okay. What another topic? And I guess will come on really, really soon.
Sure.
The mobile. So we've had all this feedback from all this feedback, 17 people that have been testing that really, really well. We have added those into our tracker. We're working on some updates for some of them already. We're going to give feedback pretty soon. And then we are going to announce the open registration for some more mythic flying vehicle testers for we'll call this round 2 of the roadmap. So that is, the feedback we've had is really, really good. We're getting bits and pieces like it's a little bit confusing to start off with because there was a tutorial, but there was too much words on that. What's the whole story? So there's no showstoppers. We just didn't communicate as well as we could. And these are always things, to be fair, that we've known, and we thought, well, we'll add that on later on. when we release the game. Well, guess what? Testing is actually releasing the game, so we need to think about that earlier. So yeah, I'm really pleased. On the whole, the majority of the feedback is really positive, but the ones that is kind of negative is such really good constructive feedback. Later tests we'll be able to pull to draw on that experience. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that.
Yeah, me too. Likewise. And yeah, that brought up one final point I'll make, that we're looking into legal for naming. We've got a legal team working on a few other agreements for some partnerships that we have in play that are coming up soon, which is nice. We've got a great legal team engaged now, which is really moving things along. Not that we didn't have them before. It was just different attorneys. We're piecemealing it. Now we've got a actual team in place to really accomplish a lot of the lineup of things that we have to do. And so that's helping with setting up some great new partnerships for us. Can't announce the names of them yet, but we're pumped about it. So yeah, we should just go ahead and bring up our special guest. I feel like we've made him wait too long, right?
I know this almost feels rushed, because we're both getting stressed, because I'm really excited to bring him on and know that he's waiting in the wings. Yeah, so if you want to just close off the cameras and then
yeah, we're doing a little different this week. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take you down. All right,
gentlemen, thank you for having me birthday, Rob. I can tell you're both guys.
Yes, sir. Yeah, happy birthday, Rob. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us.
I don't know who you are, though. I have no idea who I'm talking to right now. Individuals who I've never seen before on COPICafe.
Well, to be honest, I'm having I'm having an identity crisis at the moment, and so I can't really answer that question. Rob,
we'd like to make you feel at home.
Yes.
Tell Rob, wherever he is, I'm honored to be here on his birthday. Wherever he is, I know wherever he is, happy birthday.
Somebody get a message to Rob, if we can make a note of that, to our admin here. Message to Rob, happy birthday. Welcome to COPICafe.
Thank you. Thank you.
Rob.
Oh, Rob's back. Rob's back.
Welcome.
What are you drinking? For everybody that doesn't know, this is Army of Spies, the YouTuber influencer. What do you prefer, and what are you drinking?
I think of myself just as a commentator on the Cardano space. Definitely, I feel like I don't have any actual influence on anything, and it happens on YouTube, but it's mainly just commentary about the Cardano space for sure.
Well, you say
it's an excellent show.
Yeah,
it is an
excellent show. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that.
I listen to your show Monday to Friday, and when I go and take my dogs for a walk.
Hey, it was a pleasure to meet you guys. I'll be back.
Yeah, when I take my dog for a walk, your show influences how long those dogs get to walk. So
okay, feel free to call me a canine walk influencer. At least I have influence on something. That's reassuring, actually. I have influence on something.
Definitely. Well,
no, man, you're doing a lot in this space. I think it's great. It's important what you're doing, and for the Cardano community, and it's a really well done show.
The interesting thing to me about the Cardano community, I kind of decided this right when I started, and what I noticed early on, or what I felt like was going to happen, was that probably no influencer would ever have any impact on Cardano, in that if every single person talking about Cardano on YouTube disappeared tomorrow, Cardano would just continue marching on. The development would still happen. New people would fill in, because the ecosystem feels, even though it's still so young, it feels so complete to me already.
Yeah, that's true, man. It feels complete. We're all adding to the equation in a variety of ways, and community is so essential, as you know. But yeah,
and I think it's Cardano is science, isn't it? And science is the truth until another truth is discovered, or until it evolves. And Cardano will evolve and evolve and evolve to what we know at the moment. Then we'll work on the next 5-year roadmap, and then the next 5-year, and then the next 5-year. So I mean, yeah, in a way, it's a bit like our metaverse game. We will evolve and evolve and evolve. But yeah, we're all on the Cardano train, and who knows what's going to come next. But we've all been part of this journey. For me, since 2017. And when did your journey start? I think it was about the same time. Was it?
Oh man, so I got into crypto kind of in that 2012, 2013 period, just prior to the Mt. Gox crisis.
Oh wow, yeah.
Mt. Gox, yeah. Luckily, I didn't buy. I didn't buy prior to Mt. Gox. Didn't buy any Bitcoin. Right after Mt. Gox, though, we had the gigantic crash, and I was like, "Now's the time to buy. Buy now." Of course, I'm like everybody else. My only wish is that I had bought more often. I didn't, bought some. But anyways, it kind of started right then, and then I went through the whole transformation where Bitcoin was the only coin we were really paying attention to. And then we saw the rise of Ethereum, watched the ICO for Ethereum go down. I didn't buy any in the ICO, but I bought some, I think a couple months later for, I forget how much, 72 cents or something. Watched it go.
Well done.
Oh, nice.
Again, though, not enough. Wish I'd bought a million, right? Watched it go from there to 1,400 in that first big spike, and then we saw the 2017 ICO bubble, and everybody I knew, even if they had no idea what cryptocurrencies even were, seemed to be buying these ridiculous ICOs with the most absurd business plans. Went through that whole thing, and then at a certain point, I saw coming out of that phase, the 2017 ICO bubble, where everything seemed to have its own ICO. I saw this Charles Hoskinson whiteboard video, and kind of echoing what Rob just said, the really appealing thing was that it seemed to be a first principles based approach. Mm-hmm. And what I thought then, I don't think I thought about it in these terms, but I thought something like this was that as long as we had this kind of principled approach to the development of a blockchain, the people would come no matter what. If the principles the blockchain was based on were correct, and the things he was saying were super attractive. Hey, instead of solidity, which I already knew at the time was not ideal, we're going to go for a functional programming approach. Everything about it seemed to be the right starting point for a blockchain, as opposed to where we already were with some of the very, very popular blockchains at the time.
Yeah, that's great. There's a lot of wisdom in that, and I completely agree.
Yeah. So your channel now has been going. I think I'd like to say just over a year. Is that right?
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day of last year was the first day of the Army of Spies channel. So yeah, now we're in it. What is it? About a year and a half. So it's been it's been kind of interesting, because I think Cardano was even then, even though Cardano had been around years, the Cardano space still seemed so small. It was the same thing. I mean, the first principles approach was sort of steaming on super strongly, and the humans just hadn't congregated to it yet. But the people who were there, everybody understood what this blockchain ecosystem was trying to accomplish, and that was the super attractive part.
Yeah, you've just gone over 20,000 followers, haven't you? And I checked back. I just figured out how to work out when you started following a channel, and I started following yours just in early September. I think that's just before you started to take off.
Yeah, those were kind of August, September was kind of the those were kind of the glory days of crypto, sort of crypto attention in general, because of where the market cycle was. The number of people wanting to consume any kind of commentary on any crypto, it was so much bigger than it is now, just a handful of months later, really. It's kind of amazing, but that's what we've always seen with the cyclicality of the crypto space in general. It's this massive inflow and outflow of people seeking to consume anything about crypto, and just same crypto story we've seen really since back in those Mt. Gox days.
Yeah, well, this really tees you up, though, for, now you're building, and there's so much. I think that the fact that you chose Cardano and were drawn to Cardano is huge for what you're doing here in YouTube, just because, and building your community out, whatever that strategy is exactly. But you're positioned incredibly well now with the bear market. and what's happening in Cardano with the Basel hard fork and all these projects that are about to be really revealing themselves and coming into the light. That's enormous for what you're doing, because you now get to ride through a growing chain during the bear market to erupt, in a sense, on the other side. Let's say your subscribers are up to 50 or 100K by then. I mean, when it goes into the next bull cycle, I've seen projects go from 50 to a million, or 100,000 to a million in a very short amount of time in a bull cycle. So
it's really interesting. It's such a beautiful time to be involved in Cardano, because I think what we're about to experience is kind of what we all thought Alonzo would be back in September. We all kind of thought that Alonzo was going to be what we'll probably experience on a technical basis anyways, maybe next month, with Basel, if it happens next month. But because of the market cycle, it's not going to be the same amount of maybe users instantly onboarding like some people were expecting, back in Alonzo. But like you just said, the most beautiful thing is going to be watching all these projects. I've been waiting in the wings to be able to deploy. Watching them deploy is going to be the super fun part. And that's what I was really looking forward to in Alonzo, just seeing the projects sort of have their first public moments really as operating platforms. That's going to be the beautiful part of the next several months, I think.
Yeah, completely agree.
I'd like to. I've got so many questions I'd like to ask you, but maybe in the future we'll come on your show and ask some more.
Absolutely, I would love it.
Yeah, probably. I suppose let me just have one big question: is what have you noticed in the last, I suppose, since 2017? So bear market, bull market. Now we're going into the bear market. What trends or have you seen that you think will either continue or I don't know where I'm going with the question, but you can figure out an answer.
Yeah. No, this is actually something I think about a lot, and I think I wish it was something original for the crypto space, but I think what the trend that's most apparent to me is sort of the same kind of conceptual collapsing of narratives we've seen in previous cycles. In the Mount Gox cycle, everybody discovered not your keys, not your coin. It's like, no matter how big a centralized platform is, if everybody deposits their assets into that platform, it becomes a giant target for, of course, theft first, but also negligence, and that's been a theme that's been ongoing. In 2017, we sort of saw the collapse of the sort of ICO narrative that all these projects could do capital formation with coin offerings, and somehow that was beyond the auspices of the regulators who traditionally would be all over that kind of thing. This time we're seeing the rise of different genres of assets, and the valuations of those assets are a big part of the narrative of this cycle. And I think in these kind of bear markets, we always see a reframing of those narratives. I'll put it that way. That's the least pejorative way I think I could put that.
So it's NFTs you're talking about. So do you see a collapse of NFTs?
So I think I would frame this as I think a rising priority for utility, right? In the largest bit of the in the NFT space in this cycle, what we saw was just sort of like a greater acknowledgement of the rarity use case that blockchains can provide. They can create this cryptographic rarity thing, and I understand I understand that why that's very, very appealing to a lot of users who maybe didn't have use for some of the other use cases in crypto previously. But I think when you add the utility use case to that rarity, you have something different. And I think we're going to see more of that in the future than we have in the past.
I mean, that's obviously for a gaming project. I mean, that's for us, that's natural. All our NFTs have utility. But that's almost hinting that like art projects, the utility in those, if there's not a game behind them, where would that leave art projects? Are you saying that they wouldn't come, or would there be different utility?
So I think there are genuine art lovers out there who truly love art NFTs, and this is a revolution in their space. For people who truly love art, this is one of the greatest things that could have happened, because all of a sudden, the classic starving artist has a new revenue stream, a new means to reach customers. I think for them, the art NFT thing is very genuinely utility. But I think for a lot of other people, these were just tokens they were speculating on. And the way the NFTs were distributed was really what in either context we would call a lottery. Because what they wanted was to get the most rare NFTs and then flip those NFTs. They weren't art lovers. They were just flipping a token. And the art attached to it was just incidental to the rarity and the ability to flip it and achieve their speculation goals.
I see what you mean. Yeah. So that's appealing more to the speculator, than the art lover. I mean, I just bought an NFT yesterday, actually. I won't tell you what it is, but the art, I bought that purely for the art. I saw this I'll show it you later on, actually. And it's, I don't want to influence people, but the art involved with it. Yeah, I don't know if it has utility or not, but it is absolutely amazing. I love it. But I think art, yeah, does have utility. And I think as the metaverse grows, it won't just be art as in player profile. I think we'll see more types of art. So music will come in. I think we'll have fashion that comes in, and fashion and music can definitely be tied to blockchain in ways. So I think that's yet to take off. But yeah, the early pioneers, I agree, they've kind of had their way, and that's the speculators, the crypto people have grabbed onto it. But now this space is there, it's ready for these other artists to come through now. And we're seeing that with people like Snoop. They're treading the water in our area. We've yet to see fashion, big fashion labels on Cardano. Watch this space, but we've yet to see those at the moment. Yeah, Josh, do you have any questions? I've kind of hogged this interview.
No, I mean, first of all, I think the topic is it's a relevant industry topic, and we are trying to bring more of those into COPICafe. And so when you ask that question, I think it's a phenomenal one. And I think the answer was a great one too. In addition to all of this utility with the art NFTs, you've got liquidity for art that's never been there before. Now you can own art, trade art, sell it instantaneously sometimes, so that's huge. And I don't think that, I mean, I think it could be somewhat bubblish maybe, but I think there's so much utility there for art, for an artist, that it definitely continues. And to Rob's point, bringing in music NFTs and divvying up rights for songs in a new way, and creating new solutions for artists is a big passion of ours. As a project, we want to lead, we want to empower artists and bring them in so that they're creating in our world and really able to explore and develop and monetize their art in a better way. And so I think music comes into play here with NFTs in this next cycle. I think real estate even comes in terms of fractionalized ownership and things like that. I think there's so many different angles and applications of this technology that we're only beginning. We're only looking at this tiny, like the iceberg. We're looking at the tip of an iceberg with a giant, floating amount coming in behind it. And let's not use that analogy just because there's a Titanic, but no, there's only so much that we could see, and there's a lot of really good stuff coming, and that's what gets me excited. So how this technology unfolds to better people's lives and better the world is an amazing journey that we all get to be a part of, and we get to look at it from a lens of building out a game in a metaverse, which requires solving a lot of problems. So we're going to be innovating, and that's exciting to us as well. So, I mean, I love the question. I could talk about it for another hour.
Yeah, this is a really interesting topic. This whole tokenization of everything thing. I mean, this is a theme we've talked about since the early days of Bitcoin, really. Tokenization of everything.
Tokens. Yeah.
Yep. Real estate is a really interesting topic for a bunch of regulatory reasons. I think the one that we haven't encountered, I actually thought we'd encounter this cycle, was what's really, I think, a gap between intellectual property and the way our current legal regime handles intellectual property and the way we view it in crypto, because we do have a lot of crypto projects advertising the ownership of an NFT as something close to the whole bundle of sticks of intellectual property ownership over whatever intellectual property is in that NFT. But I always ask the question, okay, so have you seen the agreement where the artist gave up his rights over the art in your NFT? And the answer is inevitably no. And I'm like, how confident are you that the project had the artist sufficiently relinquish their intellectual property rights over that particular NFT? I think this might come up even more. It really hasn't come up at all in the art NFT space, but I think it might come up even more in the music NFT space because IP
Definitely.
ownership is so important there, and it's so weird and sort of distributed over various parties, and the artist, is often sort of left out in the cold, and that's one of the things we're trying to solve, obviously, with music NFTs. But it's like, did the producer give up his intellectual property rights over this track? Because I haven't seen that agreement where he relinquished all of his rights. So are you sure you really own all the intellectual property related to this NFT? And I think that there's a disconnect there that we haven't really dealt with in the crypto space at all yet.
That's an interesting point. And if you're really going to bring in the legal implications, the solution, I mean, I believe there's an easy solution there. I mean, you've got NFTs that point to IPFS where the documents could be held, right? So it could just be, it's pointing to several things. It's pointing to an image. It's pointing to a document that represents a signed, executed transfer of rights or something to that effect. The solution is definitely there.
But there could be layers on top of that. I mean, we see in music now where people they release tracks, but maybe they say, well, you copied one of my track, or you copied a riff off something else. So you can follow that down to the blockchain and see ownership. But where's the IP in the actual thoughts? Yeah, we could probably talk forever about this.
Yeah, it could definitely become a litigation center, just like all intellectual property is. If something becomes huge, people come out of the woodwork and they're like, actually, I was in the studio that day. I was a co-producer on that track. IPFS does not contain any documents of me relinquishing my rights over that track. I think there's going to be some litigation down the road on these kind of issues.
For sure. Where the money flows, the legal issues do as well, and the regulatory agencies and all of the above.
Yeah.
Well, Rob, looks like you've got an idea up your sleeve. You got a little smoke there. What's up?
Yeah, well, I was wondering if you watch our show, like we watch your show.
I have. I've seen every episode of COPICafe, I think, except the last one. I think I've seen every other episode.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm going to reference the last one, but this is a good point. In the last one, we shared some images, so it would be good to see what your opinion of kind of what this was. We kind of decided that this was a bunker.
Looks like a bunker on Arrakis.
Yeah, we did say that. And look, there's two different colors. So I'm going to fast forward, and the idea was this could be some kind of player versus player. So this could be bunker versus bunker of multiplayer. We've kind of hinted it. And the question that we left everyone was, what is this item?
Oh wow. I can't quite see the base of it. It looks like our images are kind of my image is kind of covering up the base in the view that I've got here. Wow. I don't know. I because it's covering it. I can't tell if it's access to what's underground or if it's some kind of a landing pad. It's interesting though.
Yeah. Well, that was last week's leak, and I'm actually going to show you what it is. Come on, and here we go.
Oh, it's like a little launch pad. It's launching the character, launching them through the air. Is it actually beneficial for the character, or is it a trap in the sense that they don't want to be launched at that moment?
It's a trap.
The final leak. for COPICafe, episode 16. We're very thankful for our special guest, Army of Spies. We want to be sure that you guys check out in the description. We've included links to his channel. Be sure to go and support that and check out that content. It's amazing content. What he's doing there is very productive for the Cardano community and ecosystem as a whole. So we're really thankful for that. So check that out in the description. And here is our leak for episode 16. What is it? Any thoughts?
What is that?
It looks almost it's almost a sinister, it's a little bit of a sinister kind of a looking eye.
Yeah.
It is.
It is a little bit. What do you think it is? Any speculation?
We'd like to see that in the comments.
Man,
Yeah,
it's interesting because you can't tell if it's on a vehicle, if it's just a piece of a vehicle, or if it's on an installation. Is it a camera? What is this thing?
Yeah.
It'll be revealed very soon. So yeah.
Very, very soon.
Yeah. Well, thank you again for joining us. Pleasure to have you on the show. I know this took some time for you, so appreciate you watching us before jumping in with us. But yeah, thanks again.
Yeah.
Pleasure is mine. Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you soon. And thanks everyone for watching. Bye-bye.